memorabilia museum here in Cameron Highlands, and we've never been there before, so we don't know what it's like. But I saw that they had a pretty low entrance price, and I thought it was worth checking out. I think it'll be a quirky little museum, and we might learn some things about the history of Malaysia and life in Malaysia in the past. It's just a short drive from where we're staying, but a beautiful little drive. A lot of green, winding paths. A little bit rainy, so it's nice to be doing something indoors. Lots of veggies. Alright, so we arrived at the time tunnel and bought our tickets for 6 ringgit for adults, and we had the whole place to ourselves to just explore and wander through. The exhibits begin with some exhibits about the Japanese invasion of Malaysia during World War II, which is some history we have learned about over the years in this part of the world, but is always sobering to be reminded of this sad time in history for Southeast Asia. So we read the information there. Now this was the information that shocked me, totally shocked me. I had no idea. Darlie is a very common toothpaste that is sold around here. I've seen it in the store many times, but I did not know its history. And I am going to link to an article below because I was so intrigued and startled and shocked by the information I read in this little memorabilia museum. I'll link to an article about the history of Darlie toothpaste, and it's sad and very unfortunate, stereotypical racist kind of branding and name. It is shocking what companies did in the past, and even in the not too distant past as well. So this was probably the most interesting thing I learned in the museum, and I was shocked that I had never even heard it or come across this story before. So I will link that story down below so that you can read more about the background for yourself. Now they also had a big exhibit on Jim Thompson, the unsolved mystery, the disappearance of Jim Thompson in Cameron Highlands many years ago. And if you spend time in Cameron Highlands, you will definitely hear about Jim Thompson. The Cameron Highlands Resort has a tea room named after him. Nobody knows what happened to him. There are theories that he was a CIA agent who purposely disappeared. Some people think he was eaten by a tiger. I can leave you some links to articles about that mystery as well. There are many curious things we discovered in this little memorabilia museum. There were just lots of little knickknacks to look at, signs to look at. Here was a piggy bank exhibit, a little glimpse at history, but a lot of kind of the little everyday objects of history. Those objects that, might get thrown out by a minimalist today, but things that have lasted through the years. Pictures, papers, notebooks, postcards. It was a lot of fun to just wander and see these little items. Some might call this time tunnel museum a bit of a tourist trap, but is a tourist trap always such a bad thing? So we got to see old fireworks and ang pao packets, calendars and photographs. I just love looking at photographs from history, seeing these records of people who lived so long ago, everyday people. Nobody famous, just normal people like us living their lives, the toys of yesteryear. Little video games right there. Picture books in different languages. And food. Ooh, I see Milo. I still drink Milo. I love Milo. Shout out to Milo. Horlicks, Ovaltine. I still prefer the Milo. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and this little tour of the Time Tunnel Museum, do make sure to subscribe to 7 in All and click the bell so you can get more notifications of further adventures from the 7 in All family. And if you give this video a thumbs up, we do really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week with more adventures to share with you. Bye!